Whoa, it's Wulzy. Welcome back to another Geometry Dash level request video, going through more of my DMs before I swap to the form. The form is linked in the description down below if you want to request your level to me to be played in about 5 or 6 videos time, because I do have quite a lot of DMs to be going through right now. So, we're starting off with Dream by the Realro, a name that I recognise. Kind of an OG creator, maybe an early 2.1 creator, I'm not sure, but this is pretty clean. I'm liking the highlights, the use of white isn't overbearing, it's eased with some glow, some low opacity colours to like help the contrast between the white and black. Pretty nice atmospheric level right here, a little bit empty on this build up, but we'll see what else it has to offer. Nice transition there, still a little bit empty, but I'm liking how everything is arranged. The structures aren't just basic pillars, they're built in with lots of details underneath and around. Pretty cool, very varied too. There's lots of saws, lots of spikes, lots of different sort of structure types. Though the black screen transitions are quite long, I do quite enjoy this level. It's fun to play, it's simple, it's pretty nice, although this part is kind of filled with saws and it looks rushed. Something I kind of want to send as a rate, because it doesn't have that many details to like set it apart from any other level. You know what, I do think this is worth a feature, you know. I could see this being on the featured page. And it's really nice to see the Realro coming back to build levels. So yeah, I think I'm going to send this, but I'm going to beat this first. I do feel like some areas are a little bit too dark, and this is kind of a problem for a lot of parts. As you can see, these black glow things are very, very opaque. The opacities could be tweaked the tiniest bit, but for the most part it's very clean. Would have liked to see some variation in the outline colours maybe, to stop it from just being white, but it's pretty cool. I quite like this level, even if the ending is quite rushed with just saws that are undecorated. Alright, here goes 3-star feature submit. There you go. Nice level, man. I really enjoyed that. This level is also rated before I could get to it. Jeez, Presto by Wrestle. Okay, I can see why this is rated too. Nice and clean. Lots of nice pulses too. Decent movements. They're not too consistent. There are a lot of blocks that don't move, but I do really like how the glow is used. Another thing to note, that the ground spikes have decoration around them. It's not just a solid contrast, which is a problem in a lot of featured levels. They'll use just glow to set them apart. And oops, I didn't jump the saw. At least it's not a fully black transition. I like how it's built in. Similar color scheme. I wish it was a bit switched up. Okay, there you go, it's switched up now. Nice, I really like these visuals. This is definitely something I would have sent. Oh my. Really nice gameplay too. Yeah, I definitely would have sent this. Did this just get rated, or is this daily? I feel like this is daily for some reason. It is, it's daily. I got requested the daily level. Nice. The Factory by Aniel Chasseur. Let's just get straight into this. Using Shatter by Extrella. Not too used as a song, but we'll see what this has to offer. Quite nice opening right there. Oh, I really like how it links in with the level too. That's cool. This has really nice visuals, even if the spikes are just quite basic. What do I do? How do I get through? Huh? It says jump here. Oh, okay. There's a button to press. That was quite unclear for me for some reason. I feel like the gameplay is a little bit janky, but I see what it's doing with like the whole button thing and the movements. Oh, those visuals are cool. Maybe a little bit bright at times, because all of the glow comes together just to make absolute white. Yeah, the glow on top of the orbs makes it a little bit difficult to see what they are, I feel. Hold. Okay, that transition was a little bit whack, but the colours are pretty nice here. Got a boss fight right here. Pretty cool designs too. Nice atmosphere. Okay, the boss fight is actually kicking in now. I've never been the best at boss fights, not the boss at best fight. Go down. Nice. I feel like this is filled up very nicely. I feel like some of the glow that sits above is a little bit patchy. I've just noticed that there's a lot of grainy sort of details above everything that doesn't really seem intentional. This gameplay is a little bit janky because everything's so bright that it's really hard to tell what's going on. But with practice, I'd assume you'd be able to do it really easily. Just a lot of unclear details, but it's really cool. I really like how this is looking. I just wish everything was a bit more clear, you know. Another demon feature send. Been quite a good level request session. Haven't been requested that many like plum levels, you know. The not so good ones. But we've got Lantern by Xgem right here. Really stylistic. I like that. I like the color scheme. I feel like it's a little bit empty on the foreground. You know, there could be a bit more detail because the saws are empty and there's only a couple of arrows to fill in the space. But this is really nice and stylistic. There's a lot of spaces that the background doesn't fill, you know, because there's quite a lot of empty space around the sides, which leaves big open blue patches on the sides. But I'm really liking the style that this has got going on. Decent gameplay too. I really like how this is looking, but again, I still feel like there's a lack of detail on the foreground, which inclines me to send it for a rate, because I do like how this is looking. I feel like there could be a bit more of a structure variation, a bit more of like ground spikes just to sort of fill that space around the bottom. But I really like the style that this is going for. It's building very well upon itself, and there's a lot of repetitive details. These structures have been used very frequently. I can't speak today. I do really like this art and this sort of theme that it's got going on, but I feel like these details and block design are very repetitive. Bringing back the same feeling from before. This part's been going on for quite a long time. With little detail and little variation, it kind of gets a little bit repetitive. Again, bringing back this house thing. It's pretty cool. It's a little bit repetitive, and I feel like there could be some more built into the foreground instead of just the background for detail. I appreciate the length on this, but again, I feel like there are a lot of parts that are dragged out. The colour schemes are all great. There's not many pulses or movements at all. It's all just relying on like the theme to keep it going. I wish there was a bit more like animosity in it instead of it just being, you know, just a stock background with a couple of movements, while the foreground is like quite uninteresting. I do feel like this level has a lot of potential, but again, there's lots of just open space, especially when this background is completely blank and none of the blocks are moving, none of the blocks have pulses, none of the blocks have like any specific details to them. Yeah, this level has told me to play without the progress bar, so I'm going to do this, and I'm also going to turn the music off because I don't want to get copyrighted. This is really nice and clean though. Just imagine the lyrics. You can imagine the song in your head, right? Nice font. I really like how this is colorized too. Here we go. It does look much better without the progress bar, you're right. Bang. Oh, these visuals are super clean. There's a lot to it, you know? I really like the easing choice as well. It's very stylistic in that sense. There you go again, it's moving on. Don't know if this grey really goes with it, but I think that this level is very stylistic. I think it has a lot of nice details. There's a lot of variation too. There's lots of different styles used for these parts. And here we go. Nice upbeat part. Pretty cool. Don't know how far I'm in. Daydream by Oak. Oh, I did it. Nice. There was a lot of cool movements and pulses in that. I really like the colorizing thing as well. The beginning was the cleanest. How it just like appears from here with really nice easing. Sir Hadoken said this very well. You compensated for your flaws with authenticity and some very good polishing. I really like this one. Yeah, the polishing is exactly what I had in mind at the beginning. How everything is really sleek and the easings are absolutely perfect. So I'm going to send this for a 2-star feature. Bang. It's another York level. Confectionery. Here we go. I'm excited to see this based on what the last one had to offer. I get the idea of the colour scheme. Maybe these colours clash a little bit just in the saturation. But I appreciate the layers to this. Ooh. Nice white mask right here. Again, using this sort of rainbow blending thing above. Pretty nice. Again, another really clean level with lots of layers to it. All differentiated by this sort of glow that you've got going on. This black low opacity glow. Ooh. That's pretty cool as well. I like these particles in the middle too. And you've got the sludge in the block design too. This is pretty clean too. I really like this as well. Nice lemon blocks right there. I really like this. I get the theme as well. There's lots of different types of like food and snacks that are sort of made into block designs. And again, another very clean, polished level. Quite a lot to it as well. There's lots of layers, there's different effects, there's sludge in the blocks, like moving, dynamic things. I'm going to send this too. You, sir, have earned another 4-star feature send. Well done, my man. Carbon Circles by Gale6431 using NK Problematic. Let's go. A little bit empty. I appreciate what it's going for. I feel like it could be darker to allow you to incorporate some nicer details. And I appreciate that it's not just a regular 9 circles effect like the classic one. Maybe the gameplay is a little bit janky right here because it's a mini wave. It doesn't really feel right with those kind of structures. Where do I go? It's pretty repetitive. I hope there's a change in effect right here, or at least an overlay that uplifts it. I feel like there could be some sort of overlay that uplifts the colour, because I kind of feel like the grey is a little bit underwhelming. You know, I just feel like it could be a lot more original, have some sort of effect going on at the same time, because there is a lot of black space that just isn't filled. Oh. Also going to turn on progress bar while I remember. That last level made me forget. Bang! Here's the last level of this video. A 30 ID begins with 3-0. The Fat Rat Epic. Obtuse by, what was that? Usin. Nice. Very saturated with a lack of detail in and out of the ground spikes. Again, literally called it in this episode that the ground spikes just have glow on them without any other details. Structuring is experimented with, I like that, but there's no spaces filled beneath. It's all just kind of awkward without any blending, so all the details just look muddy, especially when the colours are this tone. I kind of recognise this block design sort of style from Prelude by Viperin. I think that's the level I'm thinking of, but it's just a little bit empty. There's not much to the block design, there's no movement. I feel like the details could be more built in, there could be some more unique details, you know, because these black ground spikes have been a thing for quite a few parts now, with no detail inside them. I appreciate the colour changes, but there's no movements, there's no pulses, it's all just colour changes. I wish it was more like on the beats, like buh, buh, buh. But decent. I've been at 1 attempt in practice mode. Pensive moment. I'm going to give that a 4-star. Pretty cool. It's not something I want to send because it's a little bit empty. There's not much to it. But that again leads us to the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. Use the form linked in the description to appear on this series potentially in the next 5 or 6 videos. You know, I've got to keep going through all these DMs that I got off the last video. So yeah, thank you very much. Have a good day.